My name is Twain-Peterson. I'm the winemaker and owner of Bedrock Wine Company in Sonoma, California.
My name is Cottrell. I'm partner and consigliere at Bedrock Wine Company and winemaker at Under the Wire.
I think that the more you work in wine, the more you realize what you don't know. I mean, there's nothing more humbling than farming vineyards and then making the stuff, and then also at the same time then trying to be in your constant shadow box with, you know, how to sell it and the markets and what people are wanting and the change in taste and consumer demand. I mean, it makes me incredibly respectful of the people that have been so successful at doing it for such a long time. But, you know, I think you come into the industry with the idea of like, this is how it works and I'm gonna nail it. And then I think what you realize is like, you kind of just have to, you know, the thing that you learn the most is just you have to have flexibility and kind of continue learning along the way. And that's actually kind of amazing because most jobs can calcify. And, you know, if you do this one right, it never should.
Dogma doesn't work.
Yeah.
You're only as good as the people around you, and that's from the growers, that's from the pickers, that's from the people in the marketing side, that's from everyone in the village. Because we're a small winery, you really depend on a lot of people to lift you up. And the third thing I've been learned about working in wine, it's a pretty awesome job.
I wouldn't say it's the biggest mistake from like a volumetric or economic injury side, but I will say that I think that it sort of encapsulates a lot of the winemaking experience. So I started the winery in 2007 and I was working out of a friend's 550 square foot winery. It was literally a converted chicken coop with 9-foot ceilings. All the fermentations were outside. I was hand pitchforking fruit into like a little not great Zambelli destemmer, and it was like not great. I had everything set up. I had like my 1-ton tank, my 2-ton tank, my 3-ton tank. My parents were all there. I was about to crush my very, very first fruit. I thought I had it all figured out, and so I'm loading, like I'm starting to pitchfork the fruit in. I have the fruit lines coming out of the bottom of the destemmer. It's going into a 1-ton tank and I'm loading it. And like, I think I've had everything perfect. Like I've been envisioning this day for like the previous 2 years, like this is the start of Bedrock Wine Company. And all of a sudden I look on the ground and all of the fruit I'm crushing is flowing out on the ground because I literally forgot to put the bung in the bottom of the tank to close it off. So literally the first 50 pounds of fruit ever crushed for Bedrock Wine Company ended up in a really hard gravel landscape that was impossible to clean.
Smelled great though.
For a little while, and then it just grew like fruit flies for the rest of harvest. So, yeah, so that was the beginnings, the foundational stories of Bedrock Wine Company.
Yeah, I got a good one. My greatest winemaking flaw, because part of winemaking sometimes is also being a trucker, is when you get a flat tire in Jenner, California, where there's no cell service, and a guy comes repairs your tire. Don't take his word that that repair will last for 1,000 miles, because the next day when you're picking up fruit at Hirsch Vineyard with no cell service, about a mile walk to Society, and the crew's left, and then you suddenly are strapping down the load and you look down at your front tire.
And you have a 900-foot grade to go down.
And you have an 18% grade to go down on a dirt road with 2 tons of fruit on your back. Don't trust your tire repair person that.
You have gotten a flat tire at that same gas station in Jenner 3 times?
For 2 in a truck, 2 in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Bermuda Triangle of, but it's worth it if you ever get to go to the Sonoma Coast, people. It's gorgeous. Near or when it's all over, we throw a big party in the vineyard. Not for customers, sorry everyone, but for the growers, for the pickers, for the warehouse people, for our friends, for that whole big village that we have. That
for our family members who haven't seen us.
Yeah, for the family members.
For like the previous 3 months.
For the harvest widows, as we call them, which is our partners who lovingly care for us as they walk on the harvest widow walk, looking out to the vineyards to see when we will return.
Right.
We throw a big party for everyone to kind of remind, and everyone, you have to bring a bottle of wine, that's the entry fee. And we eat a bunch of food and we kind of celebrate a really hard season. We open a lot of good wine out of the cellar because I think you can't just drink the wines that you make. You need to drink the wines from around the world and constantly be engaging your brain in that. And I think being able to open a great bottle of Burgundy or Champagne for someone who's never had that experience, while they're also busting their butt for you, and giving that little glimpse into another side of the wine world. It's one of the most satisfying things that we do during harvest and make sure to do. And lots of tacos and burritos too.
And we always order Katz's Deli.
Yeah, actually, yeah, since we're in New York,
so.
my New York terroir,
Yeah.
we always make sure that the pastrami and chocolate babka show up for the team and Cody.
Went through about 30 knishes this year, I think. So.